What's shaking, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Shay and it's time to do the April TBR. Personally, my flowers are gasted that it's almost April. I feel like this year just started and it's flying by and I'm having an amazing reading year. I always love these videos because I never know what I'm going to be reading and it's just always like exciting to figure that out. I have decision fatigue. You all know me. I cannot pick books on my own. It's a problem. But it's time for the April TBR. And if you don't know what I do here, I picked some books out of some jars to make my April TBR. So I will pick 2 books out of each jar. I have a series jar, an owned jar, a new release jar, a romance jar, and a backlist jar. I will pick 2 books out of each of these jars, and I will only hold myself accountable for reading 1 of the 2 books out of each jar, so that gives me at least 5 books on the TBR. It's a mystery. It's a mystery of which one I'm going to choose. You should tune in to my reading vlogs throughout the month if you want to see what I chose to read and why maybe I chose to read it out of the jars. But we're going to go ahead and get started lickety split. It's time for the April TBR and we will start with the series jar. Now I will tell you that there were a few series that were not in this jar. Mainly like my big fantasy series were not in this jar. Game of Thrones was not in this jar. The Bound and the Broken was not in this jar. A lot of things were not in this jar, and I'm owning up to that. And the reason for that is I was in the middle of so many epic fantasy series that I felt like adding a more epic fantasy series to that would kind of detract, or I wouldn't remember what I was reading in the other series. But I've changed my ways. I have put every series back in this jar. So it's going to be interesting to see what I pick. I pray that I don't get a long epic fantasy series, but you never know. So we'll go ahead and get started. Pick number 1. I'm terrified. Literally. This is the Everseas. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I read this one. This is a fantasy romance that I gave 3 stars that I read in February, maybe. Maybe last month. Was it last month? Was it January? I don't know. Time is a thief. But the Everseas. Okay. That's not too scary. Let's see what else we get. Okay. Alright. This is Harry Potter. So I am rereading Harry Potter. I am on book 4, I believe. It's been a minute since I've continued on, but this may be the perfect month to do it so I could knock out series. I'm trying to knock out series, y'all. I really, really am. So we'll see which one I get to. Now let's move to my own jar, which is full. I may have to move to a large jar soon. Shay just quit buying books. I don't know. But own jar. Okay, so here we go. Choice number 1. Okay, this is The Wolf of Oren Yarrow. I do own the Broken Binding editions of these, as I am a member of the fantasy subscription, and that's where I gathered these from. I'm intrigued in it. It doesn't get the best reviews, but I am intrigued to see what it's about. It used to be, I think, The Chronicles of the Bitch Queen, and then, which I thought, that's a badass title, but they changed it to the or maybe the series is still called The Chronicles. I don't know, but I think they changed it. But there is pick number 1. I have no clue what it's about, so don't ask me. But moving on. All right, number 2. Okay. Ooh, this is Rise of the Ranger. This is a self-pubbed series by Philip C. Quantrill, I think. Maybe, if my mind is serving me right. I have a lot of books in my head, but I think that's what this is. I own this one on audio, so that's how I own that one. So we will see which one I get to. I feel like the Rise of the Ranger is a series of trilogies. It's like interconnected. I don't know, but I think it's more classic feeling fantasy. We'll see. We'll see. I am looking forward to it. Now it's time for the new releases jar. I have a lot of books that came out in March and are coming out in April that I want to read. So I'm getting quite a few books in here. The thing is if I pull a book that doesn't come out until like later April, we'll have to see what happens. But I'm intrigued. I'm excited about new releases. I'm excited to read all of these. 1. Okay, so I'm not sure. This is a April release. This is Mocha. This is a horror. I am not sure when this one comes out. Let me check and I'll be right back. Okay, so this one absolutely comes out on April the 30th. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back in the jar. I'm going to spin again. I'm not cheating, but like obviously I can't read it in April if it comes out literally the last day of April. So I'm going to tipsy-turvy that back in the jar and we are going to pick another one. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. This kingdom will not kill me. So this is by Lon Andrews. It's a husband and wife duo. I read the Kate Daniels series. I enjoyed the Kate Daniels series, and I am really interested in diving into their, like, this is supposed to be like an epic fantasy series from them, which is different than the paranormal series they have written before. I'm interested to read more of them. I'm even interested to read more in like the Kate Daniels world because she has some like spin-off series from that I just never read, but I am interested to read. So I'm super excited about this pick. All right, number 2. Okay, this one is getting a lot of buzz, and this is this story. What is it? This story might save your life. A lot of buzz. I think it's like a thriller, like maybe a literary thriller. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that. Look it up for yourself. I just know the cover, and I know that everybody has, and their mama has been like raving about it, like being the favorite read of the year. Let me look it up. This story, yes. So it says, best friends Benny and Joy like to say they've been saving each other's lives since the moment they met, until the day Joy disappears and Benny is suspected of murder. So again, everybody's been raving about this book. I am super excited to get to it. I don't know when it comes out. That's a great question. Oh, it came out in March, so we're good. Fantastic. I'm really excited about these picks, to be honest. April is looking up. It's going to be a good month. All right. Romance jar. This is huge. So if you don't know, I recently added this romance jar this year. I'm trying to figure out which tropes, which genres, all of the things that I like in romance. There's some scary choices in here. There's some light, fluffy, contemporary choices in here. There's all the kind of things in here. And I've had a mixed bag. So I have, let's see, we have had 3 TBRs and I have DNF'd 2 books out of this jar so far. So it doesn't really necessarily bode well for me. But again, I'm kind of figuring out what I like, and I am trying to DNF more this year. So it's working out. But here we go. Let's pick 2 from this gigantic jar. And all of these came from social media recommendations, lots of different social media platforms. So, okay, I'm scared. Okay, this is Chasing Sunshine. So that sounds like a light and fluffy contemporary romance. Let's see. And I know that y'all can probably hear my dog snoring. I can't do anything about that. Okay, so I know it's a sports romance. I didn't write down any other tropes for this particular book, so let's look and see if we can gather some of these tropes. By the way, I love sports romances, so maybe this is a great new one for me. So I don't know from reading this, this is the reason why I didn't tag any tropes. I don't know what the tropes are, but we'll see. It looks like it's going to be a kind of a broken, sad heroine. This is rather not as popular. This has 1,790 ratings on Goodreads for a 3.95. So we'll see if this is the one I read. Chasing Sunshine. It's by Hannah Gray. Okay. So that one wasn't as scary. Let's go. I got one. Oh, I know this one. Ooh, can you see? This is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I really liked the last 2 books in her Dirty Air series. Like really, honestly, truly, 5-starred both of those books. So I'm looking forward to reading a different series from her. This is like a billionaire series. Let's see. I don't know what the first book is, The Fine Print. Let's see. I'm sure I'm the last person in the universe to, if I read this one, if I choose to read this one this month, that has read this book. I don't know if I tagged any tropes in here. I did. Enemies to Lover, Billionaire. That's what I have. So that's interesting. That's exciting. Maybe I'll get to it this month. Okay. 2 romances. Alright, then I have my big backlist, and what's normally in my backlist is a lot of thrillers, maybe some romance, and there should be some fantasy sci-fi in here. I don't know. We'll see what I get. There's a lot of things in here. Okay, let's go ahead and pick. Here's one. Boop. Ooh, Oh, I'm getting so excited. This is Silver Cloak by L.J. Stevens. I hope I said that right. But this is the same author that wrote Our Infinite Fates, which I gave 5 stars. I absolutely love this book. And not to say that this book is getting the best reviews. I don't think it is. But I'm excited. So this book came out last year, not that long ago. Okay, July 2025, I guess, is when it came out. And I've been interested. It's a new fantasy series. Magic is fueled by pleasure and pain. Perfect. I'm excited. I've been seeing the cover everywhere. Not necessarily, like I said, the best reviews, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this TBR. Okay, time for number 2. Okay, this is The Strange Case of Jane O. I can see this book in my head. Let me pull it up. By Karen Thompson Walker. And I've never read anything by her, but I've wanted to. A young mother is struck by a mysterious psychological affliction that illuminates the eerie dimensions of the human mind and of love. I feel like she has, this is a speculative mystery about memory, identity, and fate. A mesmerizing story about the bonds of love between a mother and child, a man and a woman, and those who we've lost but may not be alive among us. So this is like, I think, a literary speculative book. I'm excited about all these picks. I'm going to be quite honest with you. The only thing that really worries me is that normally I like to have an audiobook going for my commuting and then cleaning and cooking and all of the things. And that's going to be my fantasy, sci-fi, mysteries, all of the things. And then I read romance physically. Okay, so that's the only genre that I really read physically. So I have a lot of fantasy books, a lot of things that I probably won't be able to read physically since I didn't get a lot of romance out of my jars. So it's going to be interesting to see what I fill my time with physically wise. And I don't know why I can't read fantasy. It's something about my brain just spazzes out when I'm reading something physically that is maybe takes a lot more concentration than just like a light fluffy romance book. It just doesn't hold my attention. Not that the book may not be good, it just doesn't hold my attention, and I find myself doing other things. And anyway, I'm very excited. I'm very excited about this TBR. If you cannot tell, April is going to be a great month. I'm going to be vlogging in April, and I also have a new series on the channel that's going to be coming out that I think that y'all may enjoy. I don't know, who knows, but I'm super excited about that. What are you guys reading in April? Are you guys participating in any readathons? All the things, let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you guys in the next one.